pjnet.tv, 9:30 on the East Coast. And we are ready to go live with part 2. Dale Duduit standing by. Bumper is running. Chat room is full. Cameras aimed. We are recording and streaming on all platforms. So, counting down to Studio 6 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, welcome back. Those of you who are here for the first half, pjnet.tv, our network is launched and we are on the air, and I am glad that you are here. I especially am glad for those of you who went to pjnet.tv and have joined us live in our chat room. Thank you so much. You are most awesome. If you're not in our chat room, well, you can be. Just go to pjnet.tv. If not, we're mighty glad you're here. Watching live on Facebook, maybe. On Twitter, maybe. On YouTube, maybe. Wherever you are, we're glad that you are sharing part of your life with us. But you did not come to hear me say that. You came to hear the world's most interesting man and his sidekick of late, Sophie. That is not a... Dell, I saw a thing where you were doing an interview with somebody with one of those, what do you call them? Anyway. Sophie, are you able to hear us, hon?
Yeah.
You are? Okay, well, it's been so long since we've talked last time. You're now 6 years old. Do you feel older now?
Kind of.
Kind of? There's not a whole big difference, okay. And the birthday party's over. And how about basketball? We doing any of that lately?
Yeah, the second time I didn't do really good, but it was because there was a hard team to play on.
Oh, a hard team.
You ran into a buzzsaw.
Oh, my goodness. I thought it's usually the referee's fault when you lose. Hasn't your granddad told you that?
Well, I only made 2 shots and 4 points this time.
Well, Sophie, that's not so bad. That's pretty darn good. The first time you did that, you were pretty proud of it. So there's no reason you can't be proud of that now, is there?
Well, in a couple days, it's my last game, and I get a trophy.
You do. Well, you deserve a trophy, Sophie. Sophie the trophy getter.
Yeah.
You'll have fun. Sophie, do you love Granddaddy?
Yeah.
Did you eat nachos before you came in?
I gave her money to say that. What did you eat before you came in here?
What?
What did you eat before you came in here?
Doritos.
Doritos, yes you did.
Of course.
Okay, well go rinse your mouth out with mouthwash and brush your teeth, and don't sleep too late. Go to school tomorrow.
Tell them bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sophie. We love you, sweetie.
See ya. All right.
Dale, she's actually getting more camera conscious, and
getting used to the camera.
She's starting to learn. She's actually she's coming out. Oh, Dale, gosh, I feel like I'm in a blender, but I love it. And you now some of us have known for some time that you've had this opportunity, and you have a specific opportunity. But we do want to talk about that. But we want to talk and inspire people to see the opportunities that surround all of us. But you specifically talked about an opportunity that it's a pretty big challenge.
Yeah, and I'm fortunate to be asked to go to Tokyo to the Summer Olympics this year in late July, early August, and was contacted a couple of weeks ago by a good friend of mine, and they had an opening. This team had an opening. It is considered a mission trip. And so we're not going to go there and have fun, even though one person I talked to just couldn't get over the fact that, we were going to the Olympics and it's going to be hard work. He thought I was going to just watch. So, we're going to go there to minister. We're going to go there to help, to be an impact, to have an impact on athletes' lives. And we're not going to be sitting around eating popcorn and watching, pole vaulters. So we're going to be doing work. I'll be doing a lot of writing there. I'll be doing a lot of research, a lot of communications for this organization. So we're excited about that. Didn't really know I was really going to commit until last week. I was kind of feeling the waters. So I do have to raise some money, and I really don't like doing that. But if I want to go, then I have to raise a little bit of funds. So the blog, was a little bit of information about the event which we're going to, and a little cheesy. I'm asking if people want to help, if they want to be a part of it, because I've done that in the past. I've been parts of mission trips where I didn't go, but I supported the person going.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it is. And we have a girl from our church right now. In fact, I did a blog on it, a couple of months ago. She's in Africa for an entire year, and I would love to do that, but I can't do that. So we gave her some resources. We invested in her, and some other folks we've known taking trips, and we've invested with those. Now I've been invited because I always, part of my blog talked about, and my wife knows this, I've always wanted to go on a mission trip, but I never really, felt which one. I just kept envisioning myself like in Nicaragua digging ditches or digging a well or something like that. And I thought, doesn't seem too fun, but I'd like to do it one of these days.
I actually went to Colombia, South America, to dig a well. Yeah, literally freshwater well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Brian Dozier did, and I talked to Brian when he played for the Twins. He's a free agent now, but he said that was an awesome experience. So, but I never really had that opportunity, and so it's never really come up. I just kept waiting and waiting for something that appealed to me, and I never even dawned on me to go to the Olympics. And of course, I write about professional athletes. I write about some of their inspirational stories, and what an opportunity to do something that appeals to me and something I know what I'm doing. So I'm not going to be going digging wells, which is awesome. I would, these need to be done. I will be going as part of the Lay Witness for Christ out of Houston with their team to have an impact on athletes.
Just a short story. I went to Colombia and they had a cistern. Okay, it was actually the facility that we had to train our people down there, and so we put in a deep well, fresh water, and we got it all put together. We turned that water on, and every pipe in that building burst because it had never had that kind of water pressure. So we scrambled and got Humpty Dump. That was interesting. By the way, the temperature in Bogota, Colombia right now is 72 degrees. That's what it'll be next week, next month, next year. It's on top of a hill. Yeah. It's on a mountain. It's the same temperature there year round. It's beautiful. All right.
And then we had some folks posting about the virus and kind of being negative. I'm like, you know what, folks? I'm not worried about that. That's not going to be till July. So we're getting a little excited. We've approached some folks this week. We had a really good week as far as fundraising goes. And I am on a very good pace. So, and if I'm not begging or anything, but if folks are out there and they want to be a part of it, I give instructions in my blog how to do it. There's a link that I provide to Lay Witnesses for Christ International. They can go on that website, hit the donate button, takes you to a PayPal link. You make a donation, and in the box you put my name. This is for Del Didway. Okay. And it goes to my account. And so that's much appreciated. And they get a tax write-off that way too. It's a 501c3 organization, and everything will go to my account there. So if anybody feels led, do it. If they don't, it's okay.
Del, you are as good as asking for money as I am. You are.
Yeah.
It's funny. So, you can ask for interviews, and you're comfortable doing that. But buddy, it's hard to ask for money because it's just tough.
Yeah. Well, and if I had more time, if I had 3 or 4 months, I would host like a coffee. And I would invite some, 15 to 20 to 30 people in and have coffee and ask for small donations and be happy with those. What I'm doing now is going to some folks that I know have resources and saying, I'm up in the ante. Can you give X amount of dollars? Can you give $200? Can you give $250? And so far, I'm on a pretty good close rate. So it's good.
That's good. Del, in the chat room, I'm seeing comments like Ben is saying, every mission trip he's gone on, God provided the funding in ways that I knew it was all God. Now, I'll echo that. I'll ditto that. When I took my first mission trip, I committed to it, having no funds of my own and no idea how I was going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just God. If God's calling you to do it, He will provide. Now, the other thing, when I went to Colombia, especially, people were saying, well, gosh, kind of like the virus, and that's not safe. Well, folks, if God's calling you to do something, it would be unsafe not to go.
It's probably going to be safer there than in San Francisco or some of our major sanctuary cities. It's probably going to be safer there when there's no, people invading illegally and trying to kill you. So
Yeah.
it's probably going to be a little safer over in Japan.
You'll probably have to have a photo ID to get into there, don't you think?
Yeah, we'll play by their rules, right? We're going to go in by their rules, whereas we have goofballs in our government saying, everybody come on in. We don't have rules. We don't have regulations here. Just come on in, take over our cities, take our food, take our
money,
jobs, take everything, and we'll just bow down to you.
Yeah.
So, no, we're going to honor their government. We're going to honor their systems. And
and when they
don't get me started.
They're going to be flying. Yeah, well, I was going to say I'll just roll with you here, but let me tell you something. When you get there, their flag will be raised higher than ours, because guess what?
Yeah,
we're in their country. Don't you hate it when you see these flags and they're all our flag is at the same, like
and Coach, what would happen if I tried to burn their flag over there?
Oh yeah.
Would I come back? You think? No,
they would extend your vacation. They would provide you with food and housing.
And it's just awful what the younger generation is doing. I mean, just an hour and a half up the street from where I live at Ohio University this week, and her name escapes me, was there to speak about gun rights, and she was chased off campus, and it's crazy. They're talking about the Second Amendment, and she was heckled and thrown things at her. And I sent a tweet out saying, I am embarrassed that I went to this university, because the younger kids now, the college kids, have been they're not being educated there. They're being brainwashed. They're being fed lies. And this is from educators who have known this, who have been propagating their agenda for years. And now they have the empty minds to try to captivate them and say, hey, this free stuff is good, and you don't deserve, you deserve everything. You deserve, but you know what happened, Coach? They talk about, everybody should pay and give the rich should give to the poor. These same folks probably, if they're in class, and if you say raise your hand if you got an A, and some of them raise their hands. Raise your hand if you got a D. A couple of them raise their hands. Well, we're going to take your A, and we're going to give you a C.
Yeah, we're going to redistribute.
This other person can have a C, and because they didn't work for it, they didn't study for it. But by golly, they deserve the same thing you got when you busted your can, and you studied, and you passed the grades. But no, they don't present that fact. But that's what it is. It's taking what you earned.
Or seeing whatever these ads, they're trying to sell a car. You need to be driving the car you deserve. And I thought to myself, how absurd is that?
Yeah, no. And there was a person I know who started putting those tweets, "Have the day you deserve," which I understand that. I don't deserve anything. I earn it and I work for it. I don't want to be given anything. I want to earn it. I want to work for it, and I don't. To get back to it, I don't deserve anything. I deserve, death and hell is what I deserve.
Exactly.
But I want to go out and work for it and earn for it, and so I don't deserve things. So people who haven't worked, who sit on their butt and draw a check, they don't deserve what I have. They don't deserve any of it.
Well, and if they want it, they can go
fight for it.
Right, they can go work for it.
Go work for it.
I didn't really mean to pull the pin on your grenade, but I'm glad I did, because these things need to be said, and I think the people that are watching already know this. But let's talk about opportunity for a minute, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't get to read your blog this week, and so often I hear, I used to go present voluntary missionary opportunities, and over I would just hear these, I just call them excuses, that's what they are. I just don't have the opportunity to do that, or I don't have the time to do that, or what are some of let me ask you something. When this was first proposed to you, what was whether you verbalized them or not, what was your initial thought? Was it resisting it, or was it embracing it?
No, when Stan called me and when we were having a conversation, he says, "Man, you should go. You need to go with us." I thought, yeah, you're right, I do. I'd love to go on this opportunity. Let me see if it's feasible. And so then I started making phone calls. So yeah, I was, and I was willing to accept it if it wasn't going to work out. Um, but I kind of tested the waters, and it wasn't testing God. I was testing the waters to see if I had financial support out there. Um, and people I asked, well, sure. I had X amount of dollars. I said, can you give this much? And this one person said, well, I'll give double that.
Hmm.
Oh, awesome. So, and then some other gentleman I called, can you do this? Well, I can give more than that. And so, because I had it spread out, I wanted to ask 20 people to give a certain amount of money, and it's taken care of. So I'm on that good pace. And so I thought, well, I'm in a good position right now, so I can go ahead and commit to it. And we did that last weekend, and we've been having good response. So we feel comfortable in our decision, and we think it's the right decision. But no, my initial reaction was, this would be awesome because I've always wanted to take a mission trip, and it's sports related. So it just, it was a complete fit.
It certainly is, and I don't know exactly what you're going to do, but obviously your friend Stan knows you and knows that it is a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
We got about, I don't know, 3 minutes left. Can we talk a
Oh,
little
wow.
bit
It's
about
fast.
the upcoming conference in North Carolina? Is that the next thing on your agenda?
Yeah, it's what's in a couple weeks, isn't it? It's coming
Yeah.
up fast. We're trying to get some classes ready. Um, I'm getting ready to pitch a couple of books. One for my first client. I'm going to be pitching her book, and I'm going to be pitching one of mine. So we're looking forward to that. It looks like a good attendance coming to this conference. Some good faculty. That's always a good attraction for people to think, well, am I going to be able to sit down and talk with people who know what they're doing and people who are influential? And so there are some really good faculty on staff at this conference. So it's going to be worth their time and their money to come down and be able to sit down with folks who are professionals in the writing industry and in the Christian writing world and get one-on-one time with them. So we were going. In fact, I was talking to Bethany last night, talking to her today, and we're excited about it.
Well, I know this. I mean, obviously, if you are a writer, an author, uh, it would be interesting. Obviously, if you're a Christian writer, that's a clear.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because I went there. I'm not a writer. I'm not an author. Heck, I don't even read much. And I have found an incredible group of people that are really, really passionate in their pursuit. And I would say, if you are a Christian, if you are so much as a blogger, if you just want to meet some people that are on fire, yes, there's a lot. There are classes on some of the technical stuff, but there's also classes that are not so technical because we're all marketing ourselves in one way or another. You ever hear people say, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not a salesman"? You know my answer to that? You're trying to sell me something right now that
Yeah.
you're not a salesman.
So.
You know.
Yeah, so and this for folks who maybe they just need a charge. Maybe they've
Mhm.
been published and they just need a refresher, which is fantastic. And to go just get your battery charged. If you're exploring the possibility of wanting to get into writing in the Christian market, and you're close to North Carolina, to Liberty, North Carolina, there's still time. You can come in that day and
I
register. We're
bet
not
you
going to kick
could.
you out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a wonderful time. Wonderful, there's nice worship services. There'll be a lot of good classes, by a lot of good faculty and staff who are experts in this industry. And then there's my classes. So they're welcome to come into my class and sit down. I'll be taking a lot of appointments and trying to do my best to help.
Well, and the other thing is, as conferences go, this is really one of the most affordable options because
Oh
some of
yeah,
them are darn quite an investment. This is
yeah,
really a low rung. So even if you're just tinkering with it, just be open minded to, why not go? And you may go thinking you're not, but you may leave thinking you
mm.
are. You may leave.
you know,
You're going to meet some people
I,
that are just, I love it.
yeah, I've never met a person who said this conference was not worth it. Because I've been going to these now for 3 or 4 years and teaching at them now, and they always leave energized and
Hmm.
rejuvenated and refreshed and excited, and because people are there to pour into them, and that's what they're there. A lot of the conferences, some of the general market conferences I've gone to, you go to boost the egos of the people on stage, basically.
Hmm.
And at these conferences, no, we're there to boost you. We're there to give you some encouragement. Hey, keep going. I know you're discouraged. I know you got turned down again. Keep going, and maybe try this route, and maybe try this method. And we all want to see them succeed. So the general market know that they want to eat you alive. So
Yeah. Well, Dell, I'm praying that one of the keynote speakers will wake up with fever and vomiting, and that Kyle will approach me to do a keynote speech, because I do have one. That if you know, and I've, on the rare occasions that I speak publicly, I'm telling you folks, no matter how defeated you think you are, okay, you can be a winner in the midst of defeat, in the midst of chaos, in the midst of depression, in the midst of ill health, in the midst of financial. I'm preaching. You know, if you want me to come speak to your event, just hit me up. I will be there. The answer is yes, and you can afford me, and it'll be worth 100 times what I charge. Okay, so
just give you some pancakes and coffee, and you're there.
Yeah, give me the coffee and ignore my t-shirts. Okay, all right. Well, Dale, listen, we're looking forward to seeing you personally in North Carolina in just a couple of weeks, and of course we'll see you here next week at this time. Appreciate you coming in and sharing about the opportunities, and I hope I will put it up there one last time. If you go to deldidway.com, you will find a really great blog every Tuesday, but you will also, if you wanted to follow up on his help him in the opportunity to go to Japan as a missionary to further the kingdom and to further the work of God, we want you to take that opportunity. Dale, you're always the man. I appreciate you showing up tonight. We'll see you next week, okay?
Thanks, you. Talk to you next week.
You're the man. Folks, I get so geared up. I love this. I love what we're doing. I love that you're on board. And I just want to spend a few moments, and I don't have my thoughts real organized, but folks, the pjnet.tv website is off to a wonderful start, and we're already finding ways to make it better. Folks, we are going to roll out some improvements. We want to make this easy for you to share the content that's out there, and act like a wolf pack, act like a team. Folks, there is enough power. I am looking at the chat room right now. There is enough power in that chat room right now to make a difference in the world. Let that sink in, but only if we work together as a team. Okay, we can do this, and I have already seen the results today of some teamwork, and we're going to see more and more. Folks, we are going to pour it on. And folks, we're not doing this to proclaim the message of our guests. We're not doing this to proclaim the message even of pjnet.tv. We're doing this to project outward the message of the kingdom of Christ. It's real simple. We're ordinary people sharing our walk with Christ. It's that simple. Now, it's time to go, but I'm going to leave you with 2 questions, and they're important. Number 1. What is the boldest thing you've ever done for Jesus Christ? And then number 2, when was that? And the reason I ask is to ask yourself, or challenge ourselves, to never be satisfied with either answer.